Good morning and welcome to Cartagena, Colombia. We are in South America today. This is our last port stop on our Panama Canal cruise. After this, we will have 2 sea days and we'll be heading back to Miami. Today, we are going to do an excursion. It is not through the ship. We are doing an excursion that we booked online through, I don't know, Dream Vacations or something like that. We'll get some more information about that down below. But this is going to be the best of Cartagena. So we're going to see all the highlights and tour this city. Beautiful city, very modern looking city from the distance there. And I'm excited. It is a beautiful day. It's about 90 degrees here. And here it's about 2 degrees at home in Washington, Indiana. So it's a hot day. We're going to be sweating. And we're going to bring you Cartagena, Colombia. So stick with us. So I must admit, in the past, I was kind of always afraid of Colombia. Back in the 80s and 90s when I was growing up, Colombia was seen as this horrible place with drugs and violence and gangs and kidnappings and murders, and just not a good place, and a place you didn't want to come visit. But over the last, 20, 30 years, Colombia has changed, and it's becoming a very modern place, very welcoming of tourists. And so, yeah, their image is changing, although sometimes it still gets a bad rap in the United States. So this is the beautiful city of Cartagena, Colombia. It is right on the coast. We are on the Atlantic Ocean, and I'm excited for our day here. So a beautiful Cartagena, Colombia. All right, I have an update. I said this city's name was Cartagena, but Erica says it's probably
Cartagena.
Cartagena.
I don't know, that's my guess.
And that's because in Spanish, the G's and the J's are all pronounced as H's. I'm not sure why. I know the English language is very weird and hard, but the Spanish language is kind of tricky too, because everything sounds like an H. Cartagena. Think we got that right now? She's not sure. So we just got off the cruise ship, and we are walking. There's a little walkway here, and then a road over to your left that the buses and everything from the cruise ship tours take. They pick up people right at the cruise ship. We are, like I said, taking a tour from an outside group. So we are walking just a little bit, not very far. We're still on the dock, and there's this white building up here. You can barely see it, but it's up there on the left, and that's where we're meeting. What do we hear there's up here by this building?
Go.
Woo! A beautiful garden with flamingos and other animals and something else. So right now we are still walking on the walking path right by a bunch of potted flowers that are called bougainvillea. You might not believe it, but the flower on all these plants is actually white. Just the leaves are different colors. Now we are heading into the port oasis of Cartagena. And there were 2 flamingos eating right here.
Wow, look how close they are. That's crazy.
There is a peacock just sitting up here. That is cool. So far, we've really been impressed with the port at Cartagena. What'd you think, Erica? Just getting out here to the bus.
It's very nice.
What was your favorite thing you saw?
There are a lot of birds.
Yeah, flamingos, macaws. Pretty cool place. And I'm wearing my Panamanian hat still. So right now we are driving through Cartagena Colombia, and we are on our way to a monastery that is on top of the tallest hill in Cartagena, Colombia, and it is called the Convento de la Popa, and it is a 17th century convent perched on the highest point in the city. In fact, it is 150 meters above Cartagena, and the entire old walled city, the Caribbean Sea, and the modern city are all at your feet. This is La Popa, the highest point in the city, and trust me, no trip to Cartagena is complete without coming here. After soaking in those views, it's finally time for us to enter this monastery, and as soon as you step inside, wow, look at this colonial courtyard. The convent feels like stepping back in time. It was originally just a tiny wooden chapel built by an Augustinian friar in 1607, but after a series of miracles, it became this beautiful stone monastery. So alright, here's the crazy story. Back in the early 1600s, Father Alfonso was ordered by the Virgin Mary in a dream to build a chapel on this hill. When he arrived, the hill was covered with snakes and supposedly haunted by a demonic goat-like figure the indigenous people feared. The friar prayed, and the devil goat appeared, and he threw holy water at it, and poof, the evil spirit vanished in a ball of fire, and all the snakes died. The locals believed that story and still do, and that's why the Virgin here is called the patroness who literally cleaned the hill. And just a fun fact, during pirate attacks and the War for Independence, this convent was used as a fortress because of its strategic position. One of the other things we learned while we were on top of this hill is how much Colombians love Shakira. Our guide was trying to point out to us a school that Shakira had built, and she has built several schools in Cartagena, Colombia through her foundation. And our guide was telling us how much better the schools are that Shakira built than the government schools that are here. So we just visited this monastery. It's on the top of the largest hill in Cartagena. It's the Colombian flag there in the background. I'm not sure what that other flag is, but great views up here, beautiful monastery. And as you're leaving the monastery, they have this beautiful bougainvillea plant. And like we talked about earlier, the flowers on here are all white. It's just the leaves. It's just the leaves that change color around the flowers. So when you go up this big hill, if you walk up, there are 14 crosses along the way. This is cross number 14 at the top. And a couple times a year, people will walk up here and they'll stop and pray at each of these crosses. So this is the last finishing cross. Now we are on our way to the largest Spanish fort ever built in the Americas. It is a 500-year-old monster of stone that laughed in the face of pirates, the British Navy, and even gravity. Welcome to Castillo San Felipe in Cartagena, Colombia, the most unstoppable fortress in the New World. Alright, I've got to tell you about this guy, this statue. His name is Blas de Leso, and he is the one-eyed, one-armed, one-leg man who defeated the entire British Army in 1741. He lost his left leg at the age of 15, his left eye at the age of 25, and his right arm at the age of 27. After all of that, he still defeated the British when they invaded Cartagena, even though they had an army 8 times the size of his. Right across the street from the fortress is the Chocolate Museum. So we are in Cartagena, and this is the largest fort in the Americas. It's an old city, a walled city. Pretty cool place. We're just seeing the outside of it right now. And a lot of activity out here, a lot of vendors selling things. So pretty neat. We are back on the bus now, heading to Cartagena's Old Town. We are walking down Umbrella Street in Cartagena. All right, we are on Umbrella Street in Cartagena. I don't know if this is Umbrella Street. This may be Flag Street now. We just left Umbrella Street.
People say Cartagena's old town is touristy, and yeah, it is. But walk these streets, get lost in an alley, and suddenly you get it. This isn't just a pretty backdrop. It's 500 years of pirates, slaves, poets, lovers, and music, still very much alive. Did you know 95% of the world's finest emeralds come from Colombia? And right here in Cartagena, you can walk into a workshop where they cut million-dollar stones with your own eyes.
Emeralds are a fascinating gemstone. They take the combination of a beryl crystal, the iron pyrite, and carbon. So hundreds of thousands of years ago, those items were melted together. That lava flowed through the cracks of the earth, and then the earth, through metamorphic pressure and time, created the emerald crystals.
So should you buy an emerald in Cartagena? If you walk into the right place, get the certificate, and fall in love with the stone? Absolutely yes. If not, the free factory tour is still one of the coolest things you can do here and cost exactly 0 pesos. While Erica is still inside looking at some emeralds, I decided to step out and check out some of the street art here in Cartagena. It is just beautiful here in the old town. Alright, Erica's done shopping for emeralds and we are back on the bus heading to a different part of the old city. This is the little bus that we've been driving around in all day, and these are the old city walls. And this is a beautiful clock tower, and we are going to go right under the entrance of this clock tower to enter the old city. And as soon as you step through the city gate, and you are in this beautiful courtyard, and you're surrounded by all these colorful buildings. It was a beautiful entrance to the old city.
The Spanish used a coral for the making of the walls of the old city, and also for the construction of the buildings. On those lower pillars are all coral. So I'm touching the coral here. It's used to make the old walls of the city. All kind of different colors of coral.
So let me tell you a little bit about the history of this place. In the beginning, this bay was called Carta, which means calm water, by the Carib people who had fished here for thousands of years. Then on January 20th, 1533, a Spanish conquistador named Pedro de Herrera stepped ashore with 150 men, a few horses, and a translator no one expected, an indigenous woman later known as La India Catalina. Within months, the Carib villages were gone, and in their place rose Cartagena de Indias, a name that would soon become the most feared and most desired in the Caribbean. In 1560, Cartagena had become the vault of an empire. Every ounce of Peruvian silver, every bar of Bolivian gold, every enslaved African forced into the Americas passed through this port on its way to Spain. The city grew rich overnight, and riches attracted pirates. Over the next 25 years, the city is besieged on many occasions, and so in 1586, they decided to build these huge walls around this beautiful old city. Our next stop in the old city is a church called Iglesia de San Pedro. In the 1600s, Cartagena was the largest slave port in the New World. Up to 10,000 Africans arrived every month, half dead, chained, nameless. Then one Jesuit priest decided that would change, and his name was Pedro Claver. He was a young Spaniard who arrived in 1610. The moment he saw the first slave ship, he made a vow: I will be a slave to the slaves forever. For the next 40 years, every time a ship dropped anchor, Claver was waiting on the dock with oranges, water, medicine, and love no one else would give. He baptized over 300,000 people. He learned their African languages. He carried their dying in his arms and buried them with dignity. Slave traders hated him. Bishops called him extreme, but Claver didn't care. He kept showing up. In 1654, plague took him. He died paralyzed in the same Jesuit convent where he had lived. 4 years later, the church he served in was renamed forever Iglesia de San Pedro Claver. Today, his bones rest under the high altar in a crystal coffin, and his tiny room is exactly as he left it.
Now we're getting ready to walk on the top of the wall of the old city of Cartagena.
These walls took 208 years to finish, and we are on one of the thickest parts right now, and these are 18 meters wide. You could drive a truck up here on top of this. Now it's time for us to get down off these walls and head out of the old city.
All right, there's our tour bus. I think it's about time to head back to the ship area.
We made it back to the port Oasis.
Hey, peacock. Hey, little peacock. And they have a whole area of turtles as well. Hello. Hello.
All right, I can't resist. Why did the turtle cross the road? Yep, to get to the other side because the birds were too loud on the side he was before.
What are these things? Eric is filming some bunny rabbits. They don't look like they're scared at all. Those are rabbits. I don't know. So white peacock, completely white.
Here is a little turtle with her baby that she is protecting, and there's no road, so I'm not sure if she's trying to get to the other side of the road or just the other side of these roots here. And this, my friends, is an anteater.
This place is definitely like a mini zoo for free right at the port area.
They even had monkeys just roaming around in the trees and on top of the roof. And you even had some people that were tall enough that would reach up and, feed the monkeys. I think this monkey is looking for someone to give him some food as well. This monkey's got a little baby on its back and it's getting some food as well.
So Erica is in line over there getting some empanadas. We already had a Pepsi and a Coke Zero and one empanada that was shared. They were so good that she went back to get 2 more chicken empanadas.
This peacock is getting a little friendly with me. It is just hovering right around my table. I guess it doesn't realize I've already eaten my empanada and Erica hasn't brought the other ones back yet. Alright, it's finally taking off now, and look, it's found a couple of its friends.
Well, we just had an empanada disaster. Erica was waiting in line. She said she was the 6th person in line, and the first 5 people, or first 4 people, I guess, did not order any empanadas. The lady right in front of her ordered 4, and so they ran out of empanadas. But they are making more, and so now she just has to wait longer. So I'm just gonna sit here while she waits in line. The table right in front of me, you have 3 people eating and a macaw.
We decided to move to another spot, and there was another peacock here as well. This one looked a little hungry, so I decided to feed it one of my potato chips. It seemed to like it. Here is one of those fancy white peacocks just prancing around, strutting his stuff, showing off for all the other lady peacocks. Right now I'm actually standing inside the flamingo cage. On the other side, when you first come in, there's a fence, but on this side there is nothing keeping people out. And before we leave, I decided to feed a macaw a potato chip as well. I think he liked it.
All right, we are leaving the port Oasis here at Cartagena and heading back to the ship. Erica, what was your impression?
Ooh, it was awesome.
It was awesome. That's what she's got. But maybe the best cruise ship port we've ever been to. It was definitely like a zoo, but you could just get right down in there with the animals. I mean, you could touch them, feed them, whatever you wanted to do. So very cool. And there she is, the Norwegian Joy. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Well, that's a wrap for our time in Cartagena, Colombia. And today was a full day. We visited the monastery on top of the largest hill. You can see it up there. We went to the fort and we walked around Old Town. It was amazing. Maybe the best thing though was the port Oasis. If you haven't been to Cartagena, you've got to get here. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.